on you real quick, baby.
Oh, Squiddy, I've been waiting for you.
SpongeBob, get your ass on my phone! He offered me dick and then he said no.
When you're a big studio with a movie coming out, there's a lot of things you want to consider during the marketing campaign. From how much you want to show, from how little you want to show, to just making the movie look good so people will actually see it. For the most part, this will lead to an eventual needle drop.
Okay, so what if we put the Taylor Swift song in the Talking Duck movie trailer and people see it because they like Taylor Swift?
Ironic that this one has the least views out of all the trailers. Sometimes you have something ingenious like Billie Eilish's Bad Guy in The Bad Guys, or you also have Billie Eilish's Bury a Friend in the Madame Web trailer, or the Night Swim trailer, or Sing 2. Remember that? Remember Sing 2? Remember when Illumination put out this 3-minute long trailer and it played before every movie in 2021? A recurring theme with some of the trailers that I just mentioned is that because they're trailers, they might remix the song in such a way that it'll fit the mood of the trailer, you know, add some drums in there to get you hyped up. Yes! 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 I, for one, have always taken interest in these remixes ever since that one Shazam trailer from 2019 that had Eminem in it.
You're him. You're the hero.
And that interest would only get worse later that year when they released the new Sonic movie trailer with the Green Hill Zone remix. Because as we all know, Sonic is the root of all evil.
Let the plate Sonic! Let the bitches mount also Sonic!
Of course, that was all 4 years ago, and since it's been so long and I have such an interest in this thing, surely there's gotta be somewhere I can listen to these remixes in their full length, you know? Well, nope! If you're lucky, then maybe a remix you liked was in the latest Marvel trailer! So then a bunch of channels will be making MIDI covers they whipped up of exceptional quality. Or, alternatively, if you're luckier, then some other channel will upload the music extracted directly from the trailer. It's got a 50-50 chance of being a shitty Audacity filter that just takes out the vocals, or they might just somehow have the actual trailer files on them. Otherwise, if your favorite remix is from something completely random like the Addams Family 2 trailer, then you're shit out of luck, cause I am shit out of luck, yeah. By the way, the remix in this trailer, it dings hard. It is to my understanding that the studios, or at least whoever's in charge of editing the movie trailers, will outsource the music to a composer who specializes in these kind of things. More often than not, the studios or maybe the label that owns the original song will take full ownership of the remix. Therefore, the remix cannot be put on streaming platforms or the internets. Also, for some fucking reason, so many studios are so overprotective over these remixes, so much so that someone could potentially get blacklisted just for putting up their Eminem remix on the internet. So with music comes media, and with unreleased music comes lost media, and with lost media comes Spongebob. That was a really long segue. Thank fuck that's over. I'm sure many like-minded gentlemen can relate, but I too love SpongeBob. I could never be too mad at SpongeBob. I mean, I even met the guy at Universal. I actually have the picture with me, but oddly enough, I think he misspelled Normie, because if he did, then he was a few letters off. For such a long-running and incredibly popular series, the lost media community has quite literally sucked the sponge dry over the past few years. A lot of what they're currently looking for is either Mandela effect bullshit or just extremely inconsequential. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Conveniently enough, the community has actually uncovered a lost SpongeBob commercial from Germany. One might even say that this could be the holy grail of SpongeBob lost media. Why don't you take a look for yourself?
Der SpongeBob Think Happy Day wird dir präsentiert von Little Big Planet für deine PlayStation.
Are ya ready, kids?
So that was it, huh? That was the latest and greatest find of SpongeBob Lost Media. Dude, that shit was 7 seconds. This is borderline a Vine. But I digress. If you remember the Humpback Hop and that whole search, then this is kind of like that, except this doesn't have a conclusion yet, which is why I'm gonna talk about it. As much as Nickelodeon wants you to forget, Sponge Out of Water was a SpongeBob movie that came out, and it had marketing, and it had music in the marketing. The music choices were pretty interesting. They had Guns N' Roses in pretty much every trailer, and some of the TV spots had a Sugar Hill Gang cover that was from Just Dance. But interestingly, some TV spots actually had We're Not Gonna Take It, which could be a cheeky little nod to the ending of the first SpongeBob movie. I'm gonna play one of those TV spots, but keep an ear out and try to notice if this might sound a little different than the original.
When their town is in trouble,
Bar the door!
Got it.
on February 6th, to stop a supervillain, they'll become superheroes.
Mr. Super Awesomeness, take him down. Maybe we should have picked a better superpower for you.
The SpongeBob movie.
That, my friends, was a remix, but unfortunately this ain't no Just Dance remix. Apparently, this remix was never released, which is why I'm talking about it today, and which is what is leading to the search that starts now. Now, I was definitely aware that this thing existed. I had already vaguely remembered the marketing campaign for this movie, and I had been gracefully reminded of the remix's existence since last year. But if I'm being honest, I kind of didn't care. I guess by then I'd already been spoiled by trailers like The Suicide Squad that had amazing work in the music, so I saw this as nothing more than a basic FL Studio drum and bass remix that anyone could make.
Sweet Caroline.
But I guess to give it the benefit of the doubt, this was 2015 before that was such a common thing in movie trailers, and it's not like I said it was a bad remix. Eventually, not unlike The Grinch, I had a change of heart and started doing some research on my own, mostly in spite of this lost media video that I will not be naming, but I'm also not a very subtle person, so it doesn't take lots of context clues to figure it out. I guess I'll pontificate on this briefly, but as someone that's been interested in lost media and related searches for like 7 years, I didn't appreciate seeing how SpongeBob Lost Media went from, oh, this deleted scene might exist, to, oh, there might have been a foghorn at the end of the SpongeBob credits once. Like, the fuck is wrong with you guys? I started this search with two names that I already had beforehand, Red Cola Music and Transit. I couldn't find what Red Cola did because they only had the movie's name listed on their website, and they make both music and sound, so for all I know this could have just been a fart sound effect. I was familiar with Transit, however, because they edit lots of trailers and TV spots for movies. They did a lot of spots for this campaign, and most of those spots had the remix. However, I tried to reach out to them and they don't seem to take emails, or at least not to plebeians like me. Also, mind you, this campaign was like 8 years ago, so they either wouldn't remember or would just tell me to fuck off. So, I had two sources and they went nowhere, but that didn't stop me. I seek the assistance of people in the Lost Media Wiki Discord, and surprisingly, it did not catch on. Like, at all. But I'ma still do my research! From this, I find a LinkedIn page belonging to Jehry Robinson. His bio reads, his work with iconic rock and roll artist Dee Snider, lead singer of the group Twisted Sister, can be heard in the official TV commercial for the 2015 Nickelodeon and Paramount Pictures film The SpongeBob Movie 2, Sponge Out of Water. Da-da-da. What? In hindsight, I guess this would confirm that he just did the remix, but you know, I still wanted to do some more digging, so I do some digging, which then leads me to this interview from 2015, around the time that he would have had this placement. This interview is mostly promoting a song he had done, and then it goes on to plug, again, his work with rock and roll icon Dee Snider. Even though there was only one Twisted Sister song in this whole campaign, I still felt like just saying his work with Dee Snider was pretty vague, so I do some more digging, and I met with one Tumblr post that basically confirms any doubts that I might have had. Before I begin, I'm going to be mentioning a lot of people throughout this segment, so let me just clear my bases first. Do not bother any of the busy people that I'm about to mention. This should be common etiquette when it comes to lost media and related stuff, and we all know that sending death threats and shit will not get you anywhere in a search. So anyway, I find this Tumblr post, and it's probably the most detailed write-up I could have found about this topic. Firstly, as if it wasn't already indicated by the fact that his display name still promotes this sync, this page has not been touched since 2016, and it shows. with inspirational quotes and image filters that you'd only find in a 2014 AMV. It was almost like stumbling upon beautiful land that hadn't been trampled and fucked up by society yet. This post is like a paragraph long, so I'm not even gonna try to read the whole thing, but some interesting things to note is that he got the call about the song in December 2014, and the actual remix was produced by Jason Evans. Jehry simply had a feature on the song. From what I can tell, the rest of it is just, whoa, I get to work with Dee Snider? He even mentions that if you tune into Nickelodeon within 10 minutes, you'll see the TV spot. I don't know, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes and I still haven't seen it. There's a smaller post underneath this one that reads, check out Jehry Robinson's song with Dee Snider! And it embeds a dead link, but thankfully it's been archived and it's only a TV spot to the movie. No lost media here. We also learned from this post that the name of the remix would have been Young, Wild, and Free! No idea if it's related to the Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa song of the same name. Also, completely unrelated, but one time on Thanksgiving, my cousin made me watch the movie that song is from.
Today, right now, yes we can, yes we can.
So, we've got all this information. Great, now the only thing left is to get the damn song. Obviously, the song won't appear out of thin air just because I know who made it now, so it's time to bother busy people. As I've made clear, Jehry's Tumblr seems to have been abandoned since 2016, so that's out of the window. But luckily, a Discord friend of mine who's interested in this entire topic reached out to Jehry's manager, Tara. She responds with, quote, I can confirm Jehry is on the song, but was never scheduled for an actual release. It was produced by Jason Evans, and Jehry featured on it in 2015. I do have a copy, but don't believe I have the rights to send it out. So what do you know, the song still exists, and she can't send it out. Yeah. So Tara was a bit skeptical about sending the song over, but upon being told it would be for the archival purposes, she would see if she could reach out to people who could potentially get the song released. So we wait and wait and wait just a little more. Now, this would be the part where I say, and then she sent me the link, happy ever after, but that would make my life too easy. It would turn out that the full mix is owned by UMG, and it just so happens that UMG is top 3 biggest labels in the world. So, unless a bunch of people in Spongebob costumes pull up to their offices, drop trout, and shit on their premises, I don't think this remix will be getting a direct release from them anytime soon. So, unfortunately, that seems to be where our story concludes. We had our ups, we had our downs, but maybe the real Jehry Robinson was the friends we made along the way. I thought I'd take the time to make this video and shed some light on this topic because it has to do with lots of stuff that I'm interested, like Spongebob, obviously, lost media, and of course trailer music. Also, just my opinion here, but I feel like those lost media people need a break from inconsequential bullshit like that SpongeBob Matrix parody where only the audio is missing but the video is found. Lost media is not whether or not they actually made a pilot to Paw Patrol. Lost media is a 2009 shocker video called LOL Superman showing 9/11 jumper footage set to let the bodies hit the floor. But yeah, video done. I don't want to be typecast into just doing lost media videos, but still, let me know if I should continue doing these because there's a few interesting topics I could cover on the channel. I know there's a certain pilot out there starring 2 stoners that definitely deserves its own video. But I will see you all next time when I kill the Ninja Turtles, all 4 of them.